Welcome folks, this is Harold with Papa Bear Peppers, and I'm coming to make a little seed mix today because honestly, I gotta be completely truthful, I hate Jiffy Mix. Okay, I said it there, okay? Well, what this is Sunshine number 4, and I get this, and it comes from Home Depot, and this is the mix that you see. And it's a really nice loomy draining soil, and well, I'm gonna make it a little bit more draining and hold a little more. This here, Canadian Peat Sphagnum, and so my little red cup, I'm about halfway full on this. I'm gonna dump that into there. Whoop, and get that into there and stir it in. Just so you see, I'm just turning this in. I'm adding to it. I want to make this I want it to be able to hold moisture as well as drain it off too. So with that being added, my next ingredient, and there you go, that's all mixed in pretty good. My next ingredient I have here is my vermiculite. And it's about a half a cup of my red solo cup, and look at there, that's a half a cup in there, and I'm gonna really make this stuff drain, folks. I'm making a seed mix that will allow the moisture to go through, be very, very, very loomy, and we're gonna do a little experiment on this because I have a couple of little seeds that are popping, and we're gonna make some really good soil. So I'm turning this in, trying not to make a mess. Alright? Last thing I'm adding is about, I'd say, a quarter of a cup of my Alfalfa Meal. And this is from the pellet forms that you guys have seen me make before. And it's you can use a dry alfalfa mix, that's fine. But I want you to put some Alfalfa Meal in there and turn it in. Just move it around in there, get it nice and blended in. I'd say about a quarter of a cup, and then just really blend it together well. Alright, now that's what I want for my seed starting mix. This stuff is going to drain magnificently, and you get a lot from, you could use straight vermiculite, but I want some nutrients in there, just a little bit. Good thing about the Sunshine number 4 mix, and I'm going to take out any big chunks of wood that may be in here, is that Sunshine number 4 mix has microrhizae in it, which is really a great, it helps with your microbial soil to help it really strengthen the soil, which is going to in turn allow your plants to uptake better. So we got all that together, and what I'm doing now is I'm going through here, any clumps of the soil that I find in here, I'm breaking it up. I want this really well draining, so I'm coming through here, and this is my end mix. Now, alright, so I've added some moisture to this soil so that I get it, and you can see right here it'll clump together. Let's see if I can get a better angle here, so that it'll clump together nicely, but not going to be super wet. So with that being done, here's where we're going to start this. You remember my little K-cups, right? Yep. So this is a K-cup. You see the drain hole? Hopefully you can see that drain hole in the bottom there. There's a drain hole. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load this up with some of this, my seedling soil here. And if you look, I'm not going to press it down hard. I'm just filling up the cup, just like that, just lightly tapping it. So now I've chosen a seed to use on this mix. I'm going to use a Wall 7. That's right, one created by Butch Taylor. It's called the Wall 7. Now I've got one that's germinating, so I'm just going to take my little point blade and go just a little tiny hole right here. I got my seed right here. I'll take my little seed and put it right in that hole. Push it down in there a little bit. Just like that. And I got my seed in there. Look at that mix. It's just nice and lots of grain in it. There's lots of my vermiculite in there to really make it drain really well. Alright, great thing about these is I can take now, I'm going to write on here, wall. Yeah, hopefully you can see it. Wall 7. Just like that. Wall 7. Let's see the date I'm starting this one, which is, yeah, I'll go 2, 3, 20. Alright, well this seed popped a few days ago, or actually here in the last little bit, so we're going to put this in here and keep an eye on it. Again, this is my number 4, Sunshine number 4 mix, and I'll put a link down in the description of where you can find that. It's a red solo cup, and here's the container. This was about 3/4 full of the number 4, Sunshine number 4 mix. It comes in a blackish bag. And I used about a half a cup of vermiculite. Used about close to a half cup loose of my Peat Sphagnum. And then about a 1/4 cup of my Alfalfa Meal. And that's what my seed mix is containing right now. And so we're going to see how it works. This is going to go down on one of my seed mats, and we're going to see how it goes in. See if we can't get it to work. Now on this one here, this is just a real makeshift one. I'm playing with this soil mix, so I want to see how it works. Look at this, folks. I just did a cup and a cup here, and what I got in here is a Naga E strain from Ian out in the UK, Ian Stewart. So yep, Ian, I already got this one going, so I'm putting it in my little greenhouse bag here, and I'll put the other one in there. What the heck, we'll see what happens, and we'll leave those in there for a couple days and see what happens. So I'm putting it in this little makeshift greenhouse, and I'm going to set it down here by the heat. All right, and for this next part, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our K-cups, like this, got the hole in the bottom, just like the other one. And we're going to make a little greenhouse, if you will, out of it, because sometimes we get a smaller packet of seeds and we only want to put a couple in there. We don't have enough seeds to do a full tray, so here's a good little idea. Remember my little K-cups and how we emptied those out. We're going to do a seed this time. It's pretty near and dear to my heart. So this one comes from Australia. I got this a while back ago from the chili factory in Marcel DeWitt. Really nice guy. If you ever get a chance, check out their site there too. At any rate, I've got some Trinidad Scorpion Butch teas that they had grown back when they had owned the world record with that pepper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab that seed. I'm going to do my little hole. I'm going to put it in here. Alrighty, there we go. And I'm just going to scratch over it, and just to put the soil over it so that it looks, there's nothing to it. I don't want to put any pressure on this because I want the seed I don't want it to fight to get out. I want it to get out freely. And the second part of this is I'm going to be using one of my little 3x4 baggies, and you can get these online. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at eBay or wherever. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this little greenhouse, if you will. I'm just going to put that right over the lid right there. And let me mark this real quick. Gorp. 2 for 20. All right, folks. Now I've got my little tray here marked, and I've got my little greenhouse, and it holds on perfectly. I mean, yeah, it's tight enough to when it finally does pop up, then all I gotta do is pull that off and keep it growing. Well, those are a couple of the mixes that I like. One being my one that I make myself with my Sunshine number 4 mix, and I add a bunch of the vermiculite in there. The other one that I do like using, that I have good luck with, is the Black Gold seedling mix. And you can always use the one with the water hold too. That one does pretty good too. But I'm just not a fan of using the Jiffy mixes, whether they're in the little pucks or in their seedling starter mix. I just don't have good luck with those, and I don't know, but so I just stay away from it. It's as simple as that. But anyway, it's a couple of ways that you can make your own seedling mix. There's microrrhizae in there, so it's a really good soil and it'll work. You can use whatever your soil that you're comfortable with, but just make sure you don't have a lot of new fertilizers in there, because your seedlings are just not ready for that. So make sure that it's actually toned down quite a bit. And then secondly, make sure you get it moist enough to where you're not having to go in there and water. And that had been moist. Remember, we did our little compaction test. And then you can go ahead and put your seedling mixes in there, and it won't be too dry. So that's what my midweek tip is for you this week, and hopefully that helps you all out there in making your seedling mix or determining how you want to do it. Well, this is Harold with Papa Bear Peppers, and I hope you guys have a great day out there and keep growing.